Hello.
Hello.
Feels like we haven't recorded forever, doesn't it?
I know.
Because it's Monday. It's late.
Yeah.
Late on Monday as well.
You weren't feeling well yesterday.
No, I felt terrible. And I was in bits. But we'll
Mm.
come on to that in a bit. So, welcome to episode 14 of Sibling Rivalry. I'm Tom, this is Ellie. If you didn't guess from the title, we're siblings. Most of you already know this, but I just thought we should start
for
doing,
anyone new.
start doing some intros a bit more. There's 11 years difference between us, so I'm old and Ellie's not. And we started this over 3 months ago now, wasn't it?
I know. It seems mad that, doesn't it?
Yeah, crazy. Because we kind of just wanted something to work on together that was a bit creative.
Yeah.
And to help you with your
Anxiety
and you're flying on these episodes now, aren't you? So,
yeah.
So the first thing I thought we could talk about this week was the comedy night on Thursday. Because that was the first one you came to with Maddie and Ben not being here, wasn't it? So how was that for you?
It was actually okay. I didn't feel like any anxiousness or anything like that.
You didn't seem to when I was sitting with you either. Because I sat you like near the front on your own, didn't I?
I wasn't really sitting on my own because when you were off the stage and the other acts were on, you were sitting.
Yeah. And I sat next to you, didn't I? So it was alright.
Yeah.
It was a good one as well, I thought. I quite enjoyed it.
I did.
We have 7. I think we had 7
we had
in
7.
the end. And I'd only seen 1 or 2 of them before. It might have only been 1, I think. There was a couple of really good acts on, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And it was a good night. We had a few more people in as well.
Oh, yeah,
that hadn't been recently. They used to come to some of the others.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll build the crowd up again for the next ones. The next one's in August on the 10th. But then, I don't know if you heard about this when we were at the night, but the pub that we do it in, it's like might be getting taken over and renovated.
Bloody hell.
So that'll obviously put a dampener on a couple of months worth of nights, I'd imagine. But we'll see, because I've planned next month anyway. And as far as I'm aware,
it's still happening.
It won't be an issue before then. But I'm hoping that the new owners still want the night on as well. That's a worry. I did a new bit of material as well. That went quite well.
Yeah, it did. It got quite a few laughs, didn't it?
Yeah, and it was I wrote it like 20 minutes before we left, didn't I? Because I've obviously started my new job, so my head's like
all over the place.
Well, I'm like just so focused on that during the day, and then I was like, oh shit, I've got nothing to say, and we leave soon. And because I host it, but I know everyone, it's quite hard to just like host and talk to the audience because you know everyone in the audience. It's not like I can go to you like, what's your name and what do you do? You know what I mean? So there was a couple of times where I kind of got to bounce off, like when those 2 lads walked in, when that lad was on, and then they walked out when he said gangbang.
Oh, yeah.
And I went on and pointed that out. That was like a little joke I could do with the audience. But then there was 2 people that I didn't recognise in the audience as well. But someone spoke to them before me. So I was like, I asked them, the fellow, what his name was. I think she was called Mel or something.
I think she was, yeah.
So I asked him and I was like, great, but what do I do here? Because someone's already spoke to you. So moving on. But I did enjoy it. It was a good one, I thought.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And I was really, really anxious again before it, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Which is something I need to battle, I think. I need to work on that a bit. Because it's like debilitating anxiousness as well.
I was starting to feel it and I was like, oh, this isn't good.
You were starting to feel it because of me, maybe?
Yeah.
On my behalf, you think? Like anxious on my behalf, maybe?
Bit of both.
Yeah. It went well though, didn't it? And we came home like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was relatively sensible, wasn't it? I was in bed by like 10:30, 11, so...
I think we all were.
Yeah. Well, Madge kept buying me shots, if you remember.
Oh, I remember.
So I was fine on Friday, because I wasn't up late, but it was just like I could have done with not getting like 4 sambucas bought for me.
I could literally smell them.
I'm not complaining though, there's free drinks in it, but it was pretty rough on the night. And then I had 1 when we got back, and I was like, do you know what? No, I'm going to bed. So yeah, that comedy night, I was meant to plug it on this and I forgot.
Yeah.
It's called People Do Jokes. It's every second Thursday of the month at Hornblows in Birkenhead. Like I say, I host it, and then we usually have between like 6 and 8 acts on each month. There's quite varying levels of experience, isn't there, that do it?
Yeah, some are new, and then some have had a lot of experience.
So we've actually had a few pros come and do it as well when they've been like warming up the tours and stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone really enjoys doing it, which makes me feel good that like must be doing something right if most of the acts are enjoying the night. So yeah, if anyone watching wants to come down and give it a go, please do, and let us know where you've come from seeing it on this as well. Because Ellie will be there too, won't you?
Yeah.
And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, because we sort of briefly talked about this the other day, but I thought we'd save it. I had a one-to-one on Friday with my manager in work, because it's obviously like just checking how I'm getting on, because I've been here for a couple of weeks. And halfway through speaking to her, she was like, "Have you got imposter syndrome?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And because she could tell, she said, like, just by the way I was answering questions and stuff. So I don't know if you remember, a while ago I did like one podcast episode about this on my own, because I realised I had it like quite severely.
I think I remember this.
And then obviously I got really stressed with work, so I mean I was just mentally in a bad place in general, so I didn't really think about it too much. It was only when she brought it up the other day, and like that it sort of not came back to the forefront of my mind, because it obviously was showing signs of it for her to suggest it.
Yeah.
But it's very weird. I'm always like, I always feel like I'm about to be found out. I feel like as if I don't belong anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So like that's probably what part of the anxiousness is when you see me before the comedy night. You know, like because I'm like feel like a fraud essentially, and I'm the same like starting this new job. I interview really well, but then doing the actual job, like I can do the job and I'm doing all right at it. But I'm just always waiting for someone to turn around and be like, "Oh, we found you out. You shouldn't be here. You're getting sacked." You know what I mean? And I like the reason I think I don't hang around in it like big groups of lads is because I feel like I don't belong there. So I'm always like, why am I here? Why does anyone want to spend time with me? So like, if people try and give me positive comments and stuff, I really, really struggle with it.
And it feels weird.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like it's not warranted, and it makes me feel. I wouldn't say uncomfortable. It makes me feel awkward. So there was just one like on Friday, someone posted about having done the gig on Thursday and said they had a dead good time, which was lovely. And someone else commented on it to say it's a great night and Tom's a top bloke, and that made me be like, whereas if they'd have said something nasty about me,
you were like, am I?
Yeah, whereas if they'd like said something nasty about me, it would have just gone over my head. You know, it just wouldn't have fazed me, which is such a weird thing to suffer with. But and then we were watching a podcast on Saturday, Lewis Capaldi episode.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about having it, wasn't he? So it's just a weird couple of days for it to like come up twice in a row. You know what I mean? And I always, like I say, I always feel like we kind of always got like a feeling of impending doom. So I always feel like I've upset people or I've done something wrong, and I feel like I'm waiting for my world to come crashing down.
I think that's like quite a normal feeling though.
Well, it should you, but you shouldn't feel like that.
No.
So yeah, it was just a bit weird that it came up sort of 2 days in a row. Do you know what I mean? But that is something that I live with, so I don't necessarily think about it all the time, obviously. But there are like occasions, like the past few days, where it comes up.
You have thought about it.
But it's more in terms of like, what do I need to do to fix this? Do you know what I mean? So when I've got like, because obviously I didn't have a job for 3 weeks, so quite poor. But when I'm back to normal with money and stuff a bit, I'm going to actually pay for therapy, because you can do it online. So I'm going to do that and talk to someone every week, so that it's not like, because if you do it through the NHS, it's great, don't get me wrong. And I think like I would thoroughly recommend, like, even if you think you're alright, I think therapy is amazing for anyone. But I feel like you're limited to the amount of sessions. You kind of get like sessions of 6 or whatever, and that's all you get. Whereas if I pay for it online, it's like however long I want to do it for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you remember when I was doing the counselling thing, mine was online, and I found that really helpful because I could just like, instead of like waiting for a set appointment, I could just talk to someone online whenever I needed to, and I found that really helpful.
Yeah, you've come on leaps and bounds, haven't you, since then?
Yeah.
You were a little nervous wreck at one point, weren't you?
I'm not anymore.
You still have your moments, don't you? But
Yeah.
they're getting fewer and further between, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because like the fact that like you were on your own on Thursday, not that you were on your own because I was obviously there,
Yeah.
but for parts of it you were on your own and you were fine the whole time, weren't you? You said you were tired at the end, but that was because it was late. Like that's
Yeah.
a normal feeling, isn't
Yeah,
it?
10 o'clock's late for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is though, isn't it? Like it is late for us. Like we're recording this podcast at 5:30, and I'm like I've got to edit it and get it out, and I'm already thinking it's going to be a late night for me. This, and it probably won't be for like 99% of the population. But I like to be not tucked up in bed by 9:30, but certainly watching telly and like settled in bed
Yeah.
because I'm 31 going on 75, I think. Another thing is I don't know if you won't be able to see it on this because I'm sitting down, but I've been an absolute cripple, haven't I, the past few
God,
days?
yeah. Your leg's gone again, hasn't it?
Well, I've obviously been going to physio and seeing an osteopath, haven't I?
Yeah.
And like I've been told to start like jogging a little bit to build some strength up in my knee, which has actually been helping, which is disappointing because I fucking hate running. I absolutely despise it. So I thought on Saturday I was like, I'm gonna do some weights. So I just did like I've got like a 16 kilogram kettlebell. I just did like 4 or 5 different exercises with that, and then I did a couple of dumbbell ones, and then I did some sit-ups and some press-ups. And it was only like a 35-minute workout. It wasn't ages.
Yeah.
And then I could not move yesterday. Could I?
No.
I was walking like I was absolutely made out of wood.
And I kept laughing at the noises you were making. It was just the noises. I was like, I'm so sorry.
So like both of me back of my legs are sore, like my hamstrings, but that's my hamstrings on my left leg's bad anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that was obviously like bending down and stuff, that was hurting from that. Then my lower back, because my back's been compressed, so the muscles in my lower back just haven't been used properly for years probably. So that was really sore, and I haven't done a workout in like 4 months either because I've been in agony.
Yeah.
So it was like one way, and I'm still an absolute bit, like straightening my arms out like that hurts my triceps.
It's because of the press ups.
Yeah, and I'm so broken. It's pathetic. I feel like I keep talking about this in a few bits I've been writing to do on stage. Are all about feeling my age. I'm only 31, but honestly, I feel like I'm absolutely destroyed. It's pathetic. Like, how old are you? You're 20, aren't you?
Yeah.
When I was your age, I was fine. But like, I probably started having problems with my back and stuff like 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been going on for a while, since my mid-20s. By the time I'm mum's age, I'm going to be absolutely goosed, aren't I?
Yeah.
Need to just get myself a wheelchair now, don't I?
Stair lift as well.
I'd love a stair lift. I know we joke about this quite a lot, but
No, we were talking about that yesterday.
yeah, I would though. Wouldn't you love one just to have a go on it? You know what I mean? You've got a bad knee as well, actually.
Yeah.
So you can shut up. You'll fall into bits too. How good would it be to have a stair lift though?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, like, half the time I'd just go on it to just have a go. But it'd take ages. That'd be the only thing. They're probably dead slow. And imagine Mika chasing you up if you were sitting on it.
She'd probably be trying to get on your lap.
I know.
She thinks she's dead tiny and she's not.
No, yeah, she's large, isn't she?
And
we've
heavy.
had their new neighbours moving next door, haven't we?
Yeah.
And they've got a dog. So every now and again, when Mika's in the back,
she barks at him.
and he barks, and his barks like
his bark's deep. So he must be like a real. Like
he sounds like he's a big dog, doesn't he? I'm not sure what he is like.
Yeah.
But that's been difficult.
Yeah, because
once she goes as well, she like just goes off, doesn't she?
No, but she's like that when you take her for a walk as well, isn't she? If she sees another dog, she goes
Yeah,
absolutely
there was a couple of times today, like when I got to the top of Wilmer before, you know, where we cross over and then go along down towards the woodlands.
Yeah.
There was a dog coming down the other side of that road, so I like jogged over the road and then jogged up that way a bit to like make sure we didn't bump into that other dog.
Oh.
But she was alright today, to be honest. She weren't too
Mm.
bad, I think. But like sometimes I think she can sense more than we give her credit for as well. So because I'm still quite crippled.
Yeah.
I found 20 quid as well, though, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
That was good. Made me day, that.
It made Mum's day as well.
I know, yeah. Because I just went to, because I haven't had a job, here's money. You're going out after this, aren't you, maybe?
I might be, yeah. I'm not sure though.
What will we be doing, going to New Brighton?
Probably, yeah. It'll either be today or tomorrow.
Oh, right, so it might not be today at all.
No. But we not normally end up going to New Brighton because it's nice down there.
Yeah, it's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, because we can either take a walk along the promenade or like sit on the dips or something
The
like
promenade, where are you from?
that. You get what I mean?
No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes you say words where I'm like, you didn't grow up in this house.
Well, I'm like I'm adopted or something.
Just because you speak better than we do. We're all like rough and... Well, our Ben's not
It's
as
alright.
bad as me.
I get called a scouser.
By you?
My boyfriend's mates.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, where are they from?
Some Birmingham.
What?
They sound posh than us. That's why we sound Scouse. I was like, I'm not Scouse. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm definitely not.
So you're fighting a losing battle with that, aren't you?
Yeah, I was just like, I'm just gonna have to go with it, aren't I?
When I went to uni, I was in Preston. And I was obviously like, they all thought I was Scouse, and I said, oh, I'm not, I'm from Birkenhead. And then for the whole time I was there, my nickname was Scouse. And it didn't matter, like, they all knew I wasn't from Liverpool, because obviously
Yeah, because they have a broader accent than we do.
well, yeah, but, yeah, we're just not quite Scouse, are we?
Like the posher side of Scouse-ish.
I don't know, I wouldn't call our accent posh. Just very slightly different, isn't it?
Mm. It sounds Scouse to some people, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, if you're not from round here, everyone's going to think you're Scouse, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like someone from, like, South Shields wouldn't necessarily class themselves as being from, like, Newcastle, or someone from Sunderland, but if I heard their accent, I'd be like, you're a Geordie. And they'd be like, no, I'm not. The same sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you just pick, like, the biggest place in that area that you know, and you go, that's where your accent's from.
I used to work with a Geordie as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the team leaders.
Yeah, I remember you saying. Oh, this was something I was meant to bring up, but I forgot. I saw a tweet before, and it was like, you might be old, but are you this old? And then the picture was a Nintendo Wii remote.
I remember those as well.
Did you ever play it?
Yeah, I had one, remember?
Oh, yeah. So I was furious when I read that. Like, I'm not even that old.
I had one, remember?
Well, I am old, to be fair. But, like, I remember, like, consoles way before that. The Wii's, like, to me, isn't that old. It's, like, relative, not new, but because no one buys them or uses them anymore. But it's not like...
Well, I had one when I was younger, didn't I?
But me and Ben had, like, a PlayStation 1 and a Nintendo 64. But you don't even...
I wouldn't know.
No. The Nintendo 64 was so good as well.
I think I was definitely way too young to remember that.
What's the first console you remember us playing then? The Xbox?
Probably, yeah, Xbox.
Even, like, the first Xbox or the Xbox 360?
I think it was the Xbox 360.
Oh, God. So that was, like, 5 consoles in that, I think.
Really?
Like, the 5th generation of console we had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
probably.
that was the first one I remember you having.
I'm sure, to be honest, I think there's probably a lot of people who've seen that tweet and been like, that doesn't make you old remembering the Nintendo Wii. Fuck right off. Because it's not old.
They've been proper fuming about it.
Oh,
You were fuming.
I'm still am. I'm just talking about it again now. I'm so angry.
I can tell you like getting about it.
Oh, it just does me head in. Like I say, I've been thinking loads about my age anyway. And then I keep getting little reminders like, you're a bit older than you think you are in your head as well. Fuck off. Oh, God. Right. Should we have a little break?
Yeah.
And then we've got some...
Would you rather?
We've got some funny flashbacks to do as well.
Yeah.
And then some would you rathers to round us out. So yeah, we'll have a quick break and then we'll be back for part 2. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
We're back. After the longest break we've ever had between sections.
Yeah.
I have got a different outfit on, but it is the same day. I've had a shower during the break. We've got beer.
Well, you've got beer. I've just got my Pepsi Max.
Yeah. About an hour and a half between sections, I think, wasn't there?
I think so,
I've
yeah.
edited the first section already. That's how long we were. You've also got a funny clip coming. That something that happened before we started the episode properly. I suppose the clip will be out before the episode, so we can talk about
Yeah.
it. I sat down to. Oh no, I didn't even sit down, did I? I went to get ready to record, and then I needed to fart. And for some reason, I walked off camera, like that was going to help. When I've got the mics attached to me, so it doesn't matter where I'm standing. So there's a very distinctive fart out of the shot, isn't there?
Yeah.
Which we've just spent a while laughing at in between sections.
Yeah, because you can hear it like clearly on the mics.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
definitive, isn't it? So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that clip of me embarrassing myself yet again in between sections. So welcome back to part 2. It feels so long since we did part 1, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like I say, different outfit, but I promise it's the same day. So it's funny flashbacks time. I'll go first, and then we'll go on to yours, which
Okay.
I've picked for you again. But you know what it is, don't you? So mine is this time. Remember when I worked in New Brighton in the
Yeah.
Wetherspoons there? So there was a time me and Ben went. Can't remember if we went out for tea and then went to New Brighton, maybe. So we were in the pub in New Brighton, and it was like close to closing time, and our choice was like, we either keep our money to get home or we walk home and we buy shots. But we were like early 20s, you know what I mean? So we bought the shots, and then we thought, well, fuck it, we'll walk home. We looked, it was like 45 minutes. We thought it's doable. So we were walking down the front in New Brighton. I nearly said New York then. That would have been some trip, wouldn't it? We were walking down the front in New Brighton, and we walked past this police van, and then it carries on driving as we walk past it, and it pulls up next to us and it goes, "You's all right, lads?" And we were like, "Yeah, we're just walking home." He was like, "Where are you going?" And we were like, "Oh, we've got to walk back to Birkenhead." So he goes, "Get in, I'll give you a lift." This police van. So we were sitting in the back of a police van that drove us home from New Brighton to our house. And because I was drunk, on the way back, I'm like forgetting we're in a police van, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was talking to the fella like he was a taxi driver. So he comes up to our road, and I'm like, "Anywhere on the right's fine here, mate," and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was just, we got a lift home from a busy, so that was nice. Normally people give the police shit, but that guy was very nice to me and Ben that night. Drove us home, dropped us off. Top guy.
Bet your mum was freaking out.
No, she didn't. She was oblivious because we just went back. We went back late. It was like 11:30.
Yeah.
But obviously, we told her the next day we got dropped off by a police van. And at first she was like, "What?" And we were like, "No, you didn't do anything wrong." He just offered us a lift home. So it was a very, very strange one, but it was a good memory. So you probably don't even remember your one, do you?
No.
But I'm going to let you tell it. Do you know it enough to tell it?
No, don't think so.
So you walked out into the hall once, and there was a nappy in the hall. And then you come back in the hall, come back in the front room, like you're fresh nappy, obviously, and you were just toddling in. And you had like something on your thumb, and you know them cookies you get from like Asda and that, where you get packs of 3, and they're quite soft when you buy them, aren't they? So I thought it was a cookie. You walk in and I go, "Oh, what? I didn't know we had cookies." And Mum looks and goes, "Oh my God, that's not a cookie." You just must have stuck your thumb in the dirty nappy.
Oh God.
And you just come tootling in, like you look so happy with yourself as well. It was hilarious.
How old was I?
Oh, I mean, you were only just walking, like.
I definitely wouldn't remember that. Though.
No, but we've probably reminded you about it a fair bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've got a couple for the dog today as well.
Oh yeah.
I thought we'd start talking about the dog a bit. Well, not a bit more, but they were funny stories.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when we first got it, I worked in offices. It's only sort of a pandemic thing, hasn't it, working from home. And then like we used to have a crate for her,
Oh yeah.
and we'd put her in the crate when we'd go out. And like 99% of the time, she was absolutely no bother. She'd literally just go to sleep till someone came back, and then she'd come out of the crate. But one time, Mum come back, and the like bottom of the crate had slipped out. So she's obviously like gone mad. Someone must have knocked on the door or something. She's been going mad. So the bottom of the crate's come out. She's moved the crate, but it's still intact.
And she's still inside of it.
Yeah, and she's knocked like food all over the floor and water out of a bowl.
I don't get how. Oh.
So Mum comes in and it's just a mess. And she sent me a picture of it when I was in, and I was thinking, oh God, I'm going to be in trouble here. But Mum just found it hilarious. And then there was another time where she'd been out, and she doesn't go in a crate anymore, does she?
No.
We just leave her and she's fine. She doesn't like do anything, does she? And
No,
she just lies on the couches.
Well, she is 7 years old, so
Yeah.
she's quite well behaved.
Mum made cushions, do you remember? And then another time Mum come in, and the new cushions had just been ripped apart.
She found it hilarious.
Yeah,
it's
just good job Mum's got a sense of humour, isn't it?
I was just like waiting for her to go absolutely ballistic at the dog.
Were you with her? So I wasn't there, was I? So
No,
it was
you were
like
at
feathers
work.
everywhere and stuff.
Yeah, I was just waiting for her to go ballistic at the dog, and then when she just started laughing, I was like, glad you find it funny. I think I was more annoyed at the dog.
You were that was a while ago, wasn't it? When you were
Yeah.
probably still in your little diva angry phase.
I think I was in high school as well.
So there's a couple from the dog. This is a section that we really enjoy doing because we get to like remind each other of embarrassing stuff when we're thinking of them, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
And we want to hear from you as well, so get them in. I've put a call out a couple of times for these, but nobody seems to be willing to embarrass themselves yet.
No.
But we'll think once we get a couple, people will do it then.
Yeah.
At Sibling Rival Pod on Twitter and Instagram, or the email address is siblingrivalpodcast@gmail.com. Nailed it.
You didn't say that though this
I didn't,
time.
for once. So we've got some Would You Rathers now that you picked out again this week. Because I didn't prep the episode and I was working. So I asked you to do it, didn't I?
Yeah.
We've got 4.
Mum helped me pick out a few as well.
Did she?
Yeah.
And they're all ridiculous, aren't they?
They get more and more ridiculous each week.
Yep. So, number 1. Would you rather cry rainbow-coloured tears or fart rainbow-coloured gas balls? See, for me, like, how often do you cry?
Not very often, no.
More than me, though, isn't it? Well, I mean, most people cry more than me because I'm a robot. So I feel like I'd choose rainbow-coloured tears because I don't cry very often. Like, probably not even once a year.
Mm.
And when I fart, I mean, as we know, because fucking couldn't even hold one in to start the episode, I fart a lot.
Don't we all?
So there would be a lot of rainbow-coloured gas in this house, wouldn't there? Imagine the dog seeing that as well. She'd probably be like, what's going on here?
She'd probably do it herself.
She probably farts the least out of all of us, and she's a dog. Although she did do a corker.
She did.
In the break, didn't she?
Oh my god.
And then she moved it like she knew. So she was lying by my feet, wasn't she? And then she moved there.
Yeah,
and it was like, woof!
Yeah, she's a little witch.
That was an absolute demon fart, wasn't it? It was horrible.
It was silent, but
yeah, she doesn't make noise, does she, very often? There was one time though that we hadn't had along, and do you remember when the table and stuff was on the other side of the back room? And she used to lie by a chair there sometimes, if you remember. And I was sitting on the couch, and she was like obviously lying by that chair. And I heard the fart because it was on laminate flooring, so you heard it go like. And then I turned round and looked at her, like, and she's going, like, was that me?
Oh, do you remember when Mum was telling you the story about when she was sitting in the kitchen with the dog and then she let out a really loud fart?
She does the odd, like, loud one, but She doesn't even fart often, does she? Though, never
No.
mind. Like the loud
Oh,
ones, they're even
I
more.
remember when we had the other two, and Sky used to fart a lot.
Yeah, she was fucking gross, wasn't she?
Yeah. You'd hear it. You just hear a little, and just like, well, definitely know that's Sky.
Yeah, and Otis would just lick everyone to death.
Oh, he would. Yeah. He was adorable at times, though.
Yeah, he was cute.
Yeah. Like,
She
yeah.
was a little diva, wasn't she?
She was in the end, yeah.
Nightmare. They were cute though. They were lovely.
I miss them though, but yeah.
I've just read the second one. Even why? That's so stupid. Would you rather sweat mayonnaise and never smell, or never smet? Fucking hell. Let's start that one again, eh?
It's like he tried to say intelligence like a few episodes ago.
Oh, let's not go there. I've already done my mistake for this episode. Would you rather sweat mayonnaise and never smell, or never sweat but constantly smell like garlic?
Mum picked that one out.
What did you pick for the first one, actually? I picked, but you didn't pick. I picked I'd rather cry rainbow coloured tears.
Oh, I think I'll go the same.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, so mayonnaise, but you never smell, or you never sweat, but you constantly smell like garlic.
Oh, I'd have to go sweat mayonnaise, but never smell.
Oh, I
couldn't.
know. Well, I reckon I smell like garlic often anyway. Imagine how, like, and you've seen how sweaty I get when I'm like walking and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was mayonnaise.
Oh god, that's actually
Like that, I think that's worse. I don't know, like you can put aftershave and stuff on to try and mask the impending doom of garlic smell forever. But if you sweat mayonnaise, like it would
be noticeable. Especially on your clothes and stuff.
Oh yeah, imagine that, like,
oh god.
Imagine if you like went for a run or something and you sweat mayonnaise.
Oh no, you know what? I'd rather smell like garlic.
See, it's gross, isn't it?
Oh my god, why did I pick that one out?
I know, yeah, you picked it as well.
My mum helped me out, so I was like,
Don't start blaming Mum. She's not here to defend herself. Oh, that's a horrible one. That they're both grim.
They're both grim, but I'm gonna have to go with smell like garlic, but never sweat.
Do you know what I've just realised? I think the dog's moved that tripod, so the shot might be off. Never mind. I think I'd have to go smell it because I think sweating actual mayonnaise.
Oh no, that's grim.
Would knock you more sick, wouldn't it, than the garlic smell?
Yeah, I have to go smell like garlic then. Reluctantly.
Oh, you picked 4, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I've copied the same one in twice by the looks of it.
Whoops.
Yeah, I've had a nightmare here. I'm just trying to load my WhatsApp to get it off there instead. Fucking hell, it's slow this. Right, I'll read it off here. Okay, yeah. So the next one is, would you rather sneeze every time you say the word who, or have the urge to pee every time you say when?
I'd rather sneeze.
I need a wee quite a lot anyway.
I sneeze.
I need to think about what comes out of my mouth.
I sneeze a lot, don't I?
Do you? Yeah, you do, don't you?
Mm.
So do I, though. So I've got hay fever as well.
So do I.
Oh, I don't know about that one, you know.
I'd rather have to sneeze.
What do you say? I think you say when more than you say who, though. Oh, actually, though, that is more in the favour of sneeze again, isn't it? So imagine if I reckon I say when quite a lot. Because we quite often, like, say memories and stuff, don't we? So imagine if you're saying, like, do you remember when? And then you've got to be like, hold that thought.
And sometimes, if Mum's talking about someone that I've met but I don't remember, I just say who.
Yeah, but do you think you say when more than you say who?
I think I say who more than I say when.
Do you?
I think so, yeah.
I don't think you do, you know. Think about how often you say, like, do you remember when? Or that time when?
Oh no, I do say when more. Oh god.
Yeah, but surely that's more in favour of sneezing when you say who again.
Yeah, it's true.
Because if you say who less than when,
You won't need to sneeze as much.
yeah. I don't know though. My sneezes are aggressive as well, aren't they? They like
Yeah.
sometimes they like
Really,
hurt,
yeah.
hurt me, yeah. Especially because all my back's messed up and stuff now.
And your
Like,
hamstring and everything.
stuff clicks and pops and everything.
I swear, like, I've heard your shoulder click as you've sneezed as
Yeah,
well,
you
or
definitely
something.
have. You click all the time. See?
Like
I think I'd rather need the. So it says urge to pee as well. It doesn't say you have to go and pee. But surely if you need to pee, you'd have to pee, don't you?
I'd have to go with the urge to pee.
I don't know. They're both crap. I know that's the point of a would you rather, but they are both crap.
Pardon the pun.
I think I'm sneezing, because I definitely say when quite often, I reckon. Even on this episode, I've said it. Well, I've obviously said it loads in this little part because of the question.
Part of the question.
But because, like, even when we do the flashbacks bit, it's about like the time when. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I'd rather, and I think that'd mean I'd be peeing like non-stop, pretty much non-stop. So I'd rather sneeze every time I said who.
God.
I'd probably dislocate a shoulder or something. But
I'm just thinking, like, about, like, when you're asleep and stuff and then you need to get up in the night. I mean, that's rare for me.
yeah, but you don't say who or when in your sleep, do you?
No.
And I get up most nights for a pee anyway, because I'm 31 going on 75.
Whereas I don't get up at all.
No, you sleep through because you're a horrible, horrible person. So what are you going with?
I think I'm gonna have to go with sneeze.
Yeah.
It's the better option of the two, isn't it?
I just think it would occur less, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Watch now, we'll be like aware of our conversations after this, won't we? And I'll be like, you said
Yeah.
who? You said when? And then we'll be totting them up. So we might. I'm going to go with sneeze for now, but we might end up revisiting that one at some point and changing our minds. Would you rather mispronounce a common word 7 times in half an hour on national TV, or bend over and have your pants split open at work? So for me, I find people mispronouncing words that are very easy to say and very commonly known. This is how you say it. I find that infuriating. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
It says more about me than it does about the person, I think. But it would do my fucking head in. So in half an hour as well.
Especially if it's on national TV as well.
Because there's defo other people like me out there as well. I'd piss so many people off.
Oh, I'd have to go with split my pants at work. Because it'll just be like your work colleagues that'll know and no one else
I've split
will.
my pants at work before though. Oh my god, Tom. No one asked you to share that. But it wasn't bending over. It was when I worked in the court. Do you remember that? Remember when I worked there? And I was like sitting there typing away. And then I went like, it sounds rude to say, but like opened my legs. And I felt the seam burst. So it was like a pop as well, and I was very aware of it, and it wasn't fun. And then I was on the train home, and I was like trying to hide it. Yeah. So that it isn't a fun experience, that. But I just think about how annoying I find it when people mispronounce stuff.
So do I.
So.
I mean, my mate does it, but I get why she does it.
Why?
Because she has dyslexia.
Oh, well, that's different, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't infuriate
Words.
It doesn't infuriate me though, because I know why she does it.
Oh, I don't know. I think I've split my pants at work already and lived to tell the tale, so I'd do that again.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'd rather split my pants at work, even though I don't work.
And I own better underwear now than I did then as well. So I think it would be alright. I think I'd survive. Whereas if I mispronounced the common word 7 times in half an hour on telly, it would annoy me, and loads of people I know how much stuff like that annoys me. And I would get constant reminders of it. I'd probably get sent it like a video in WhatsApp like every other day or something.
You probably
And
would.
it'd drive me fucking mental. Yeah, so I'd split my pants open at work again.
Yeah,
I've been there, done that. Got the pair of pants with a hole in.
Yeah, I'd rather split my pants open at work.
Yeah, me too. Right, that's all of them. So, thanks for watching or listening or whatever. Apologies again that it's late. That's down to me. It's nothing to do with Ellie. Sorry if the shot looks a bit off. That's also my fault.
No, but you had a reason as to why this is late. You weren't feeling well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still my fault. And also, apologies if it's jarring that I have had a complete outfit change mid-episode.
Still the same day.
But we're looking for more stuff sending in for us to do on the episode. It's getting harder and harder to pick stuff out now.
And more would you rathers, because
yeah, so
it's not easy picking them out every.
Would you rathers, funny flashbacks, even if they're not like. So we've done a couple about our dog today, haven't we? So even if you've got a couple like a funny story about a pet or something, just send them in, just anything, because I would like to embarrass some other people as well as us every week. At Sibling Rival Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and siblingrivalpodcast@gmail.com. We're on TikTok at Sibling Rival Pod as well. You're
XHarrisonX on Twitter and Instagram.
And I'm at Tom Fairlong _ on Twitter and Instagram. Just another quick plug for People Do Jokes next month is the 10th of August. Hornblows and Birkenhead, so it'd be nice to see some people come to that. Love you.
Love you too.
Remember to do it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you all next week.
Bye.